Wildlife conservation is the practice of protecting plants and animal species and their habitats. As part of the world's ecosystem, wildlife provides balance and sustainability to nature's process. In recent years, the Kruger National Park has taken precaution and care in the conservation of its animal, its habitats, and the surrounding communities. This is being done through research and by trying to protect animals from malicious interference from humans, diseases, pollution, and accidents. The process of screening elephants and other wildlife for TB in the Kruger National Park is an ongoing process.
At the moment, this is primarily about elephants, but in the past we have looked at other species, and probably in the future we will continue to do that. Because TB is one of those diseases that can spread between all mammals, including us as humans.
The process begins with the Kruger National Park veterinarian team attempting to immobilize an elephant. The elephant is then tranquilized and the team goes on to collect samples, including blood and biological bank for testing. After all the necessary samples have been retrieved, the elephant is then woken up.
We know certain species are getting the disease and certain individuals get sick, but what we're not sure about at this point is how's that going to influence the population of these animals. Will it affect our buffalo population, our lion population, so forth? It's a new disease of its own accord, but what happens when you start adding other diseases in there, or you get something like climate change adding stresses to these animals? Will that influence how this disease is expressed? So a lot of the work we're doing now is fundamental work, starting to get baseline information, baseline data on what's going on with TB, so that in the future we can start reflecting and say, okay, the condition is deteriorating, or in fact it's stable, or the disease is disappearing.
Another important conservation research project taking place in the Kruger National Park is the Fire Management and Research Project. Kruger National Park abiotic scientist Thahasello says fire management has helped contain and avoid natural and man-made induced flames to protect wildlife within the park.
Because fires have been in this landscape for millions of years, a lot of the animals know how to deal with fires in the landscape as well, because they have also co-evolved in the system, like the plants, with fires in the landscape. So whether they can smell a fire, they can hear the crackling of the fire, they can smell the smoke, they know how to behave and to move off. So fires have been part of this landscape for millions of years, meaning that the vegetation and the environment that we see today has co-evolved with fires in it. So a lot of the resources, the nutrients, and a lot of their biomass is below ground. So when the fire burns the top, the plant is not affected because it has a whole lot of that. It's almost like a savings account, basically. So that when there's enough moisture, there's enough resources and nutrients to resprout.
Stradom says it is important to note that fires are an important part of the ecosystem. Research shows that animals prefer a nice, open, grassy area with few trees for a combination of reasons, such as the grazing quality and safety.